All right, let me show you what I've got cooking. So the latest version of Gearify, which is 2.11, you really can only do pairs of gears. Anything beyond that is effectively not really well supported. There are a few limited configurations you can do beyond that, but they don't work very well and they're not really intuitive. What I want is to be able to support chaining gears together, and for that to be very quick and user-friendly, and it also allow you to do a little bit of prototyping and experimenting with how the gears would connect up and how they would roll together. So this is still a work in progress, and the overall user-friendliness of it is not at the place where it will eventually be. It is just a demo of a work in progress, but I think you will find this to be pretty cool, especially if you have already played with version 2 and sort of understand this existing limitation. So I made a 3 symmetry gear, pair it with another 3 symmetry gear, and I'm going to add other gears to the assembly as well. Now these are just geared templates effectively. I'm going to throw in a rack gear as well. So these are just my templates, but they are going to be made into actual gears in a second. So I'm going to go to the compute involutes step, and then I click Gearify, and I'm going to make my gears. All right, and these gears effectively work as my templates. Now this is all things behaving as they did before. This is nothing new just yet. But now I'm going to start in the step 4, which is where we trim the tooth peaks. And normally what you do first, sometimes it's done automatically, but what you do first is effectively define your gear tree, your instance tree rather. And your instance tree defines how the gears are connected to each other effectively. But what it's now going to also do is help you represent how the gears are placed relative to each other spatially. So again, this is still a work in progress. It'll hopefully be more intuitive than what you're about to see, but I can basically select any gear that I want to place for starters. I'll start with the one lobe gear here. I'm going to place it here, use the A key. And now I'm going to select a different gear to use as my gear, and I can actually move my mouse around to figure out where I want to place the next gear. And from there I can select another gear. Let's see, which one do I want? This one here. Place that there. But these things don't have to be linear. I can actually select this gear before, and then I can say create an A3 gear, like so, connect that there, and I connect this one here, and what do I want to do? Connect this here, and I'll make another one right here. So look at that. In no time at all, I just made a fairly complex network of gears using the templates that I created. I can also do, say, a rack gear, for instance. Actually, I think I'm going to escape on that. I'm going to select this gear. I'm going to place the rack. And again, I can orient with my mouse where I want them to go. I'm going to make that a, say, adjust the, wow, I can make that pretty long. Okay, I'll put that right there. Say add. So, and you know, you've got a little bit of like looping going on there because it is a rack gear and it's not infinite in length, but you know, you could say reverse it and imagine that oscillating or whatever it is you want to do with what you're making. But yeah, pretty powerful, very easy to use. You may notice I have these sort of text inputs down here. So what you will be able to do is, so I'm arbitrarily moving the mouse around, but what you would be able to do is actually just type in, say, the angle that you want, and you know, maybe say 45 degrees, whatever it is you wanted to do. So you can make more precise placements if you wanted to. So that's just another option. So yeah, I think this really sets off the capability of the software and what it's going to do. This is not only a visualization thing, but this tree of connectivity helps Gearify understand how the gears are connected so it knows how to trim them to make sure that you don't have any collisions between the teeth. Now, something you might wonder is, well, these are a lot of gears that we have, and we're going to be a lot of things to trim. Potentially, that may happen, but you also have the option of using this shared option, and what that's going to do is basically reuse the similar copies of the same thing so that the number of things that you need to trim will go down significantly. It'll just reuse what is effectively the same gear template, and then it'll be much less time to trim because it's just doing it way more efficiently. But that's not all of what this can do. You can also, I'm going to just go to the root and delete all of this. So what I can also do is I can say add a new gear instance here. And then I'm going to add a B3 instance here. And now I'm going to add another child gear, but I'm going to make it axle connected, in which case it'll connect rigidly to the parent gear, like so. So just going to connect that there. And then I'm going to say I want another B3 gear here. So I'm basically chaining those gears, but with axle connections. Likewise, I could say add a B1 gear over here, and then add another A1 gear at the axle as an axle connection, like so. And then can add another gear here, like so. And then we could also add some gears to the end here if we wish. Throw a rack gear on the end of this guy. So yeah, so here you have gear chaining with those axle-based connections. It doesn't even have to be linear. I could, I can throw some guys out here. If I want, connect this here, like so. Yeah, so you can really go nuts with this and experiment with all different types of configurations, and it's really, really fun to play with. It'll be a minute, probably a few weeks out before I have this, all the kinks out of it and have it more user-friendly. But I'm really excited to get this. Yeah, I really wanted to have this on the initial release, but it was a lot of work and it's still a little bit to do. I also want to improve the exporting abilities. I know there's sometimes a lot of vertices in the output. I want to try working with exporting as splines or exporting as lines and arcs to reduce the amount of geometry in the output so it's easier to deal with. So a lot of cool new enhancements that are in the works, but I wanted to share this with you all. And again, if you purchase now, even though this feature is not available yet, you'll be able to just receive the update for free once this releases. So there's no need to wait. You will get this for free if you purchase now. So, all right. Well, that's all I wanted to show for today. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll be in touch soon.